What is going on, everyone? My name is your boy Zoo, and welcome to another hockey video. Today, we will be making a 33rd NHL team in franchise mode on NHL 22, and we'll be going through the expansion draft, the NHL entry draft, and seeing how many Stanley Cups we can win. I've been playing a little bit of franchise mode since NHL 22 came out, and I'm really excited to see where this journey will take us. So if you're as excited as I am, leave a like down below, and comment how many Stanley Cups you think this franchise will win. But without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah, nightmares keep haunting me. Being at the top is never guaranteed. Last thing I want is a nominee. Wanna stack up awards like 1, 2, 3. Keep calm and relax, I'm supposed to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Pioneers. Playing in the Fiserv Forum, home to the Milwaukee Bucks, the Pioneers are named after the pioneering of the beer industry, with some of the biggest brands like Miller and Pabst Blue Ribbon originating from Milwaukee. The taking color inspirations like the dark green of the Milwaukee Bucks and the vibrant yellow associated with the Green Bay Packers will make sure that this unique to the NHL color concept will not only hit home with fans in Wisconsin, but will also look good while winning on the ice. Before we get started, some of the rules I put in place for this franchise mode consist of the following. Owner mode will be turned off so we can focus more on the actual players themselves. Contract year will be added. Salary cap is turned on. Seattle will be exempt from this expansion draft. Injuries will be turned off. Grade difficulty will be set on medium. And the sim shot frequency will be set on high. Without further ado, let's begin the start of a new era. So here we are, day number 1 as general manager of the Milwaukee Pioneers. We're going to advance to the expansion draft, and we're just going to jump in right away. Here's the draft lottery. We don't actually have a pick in the draft lottery, so we don't have to really worry about that. But let's get into the expansion draft, and let's start our pick off with the Anaheim Ducks. So for the Anaheim Ducks, we have quite the selection. We got Josh Manson, Jakob Silfverberg, Adam Henrique, Kevin Shattenkirk, some decent players. We sort by potential. We got Max Jones. He's 80 overall, 23 years old, on a very good deal. And he's a power forward, which is kind of nice. Although he doesn't fit our coach's scheme, so we might not pick him. Sonny Milano here, not quite as good. He's still got a year of growth left, but he's only 79 overall. Lundestrom, 79 overall, and he's 21. He's still 2 years left on his rookie deal. He does fit line 2, so that might be a decent pickup there for us. We got Brendan Gooley as well, 80 overall, 23. He's got 2 years left on a rookie deal. We don't know, unfortunately, where he will fit on the team. Jacob Larson, 80, 24, 1.2 mil for 2 more years. Don't know where he is on our team as well. Josh Mahura is not bad, 77, 23, so we still got 3 more years to grow. Don't know. I guess our scouts didn't scout defensemen before this expansion draft, but that's all good. Let's take a look at their goalies real quick. And Stolarz is the only goalie available for them. So not a bad backup goalie per se at 80 overall, making under $1 million for 3 more years. So Stolarz isn't too bad. But I think when you have a pool of players like this, it's just too hard to pick a backup goalie out of it. So Josh Manson, he fits top 4 and penalty kill. That's beautiful. Defensive defenseman that fits the penalty kill. And he's 84 overall. Silfverberg making a pretty high amount of money, but he does fit first line and penalty kill, which penalty kill doesn't really matter. I guess he's a two-way forward. I thought he was a sniper. He's a sniper in older games. So Adam Henrique, high contract, bottom 6, not really someone we want to look at. And then Kevin Shattenkirk, offensive defenseman, fits power play line. So that's not bad. I think in this situation, we just got to take the best player available, and that's Josh Manson, 84 overall, 29 years old, 4.1 mil for 2 more years. So I think we're going to go ahead and take Josh Manson from the Anaheim Ducks. All right, Arizona Coyotes. Not a whole lot to look at here. Arizona is one of those teams that just doesn't really have anything. You got Scott Wedgwood, decent backup. Same thing as Stolarz there, 80 overall, 28, making under $1 million for 2 more years. So not bad. Coronar, he's 75, 23, but he only has medium backup potential, so not really going to look at him there. As for potential players, all there really is Sayarvi, but he's 74 at 24 years old. So for him to jump, 6, 7, 8 overall in 2 years is not very ideal. So let's just look by overall. We have Anton Strawman. He's still got 2 years on that deal. Fifth pair 3, though, so it couldn't be too bad of a third pair defenseman if we were, had a little bit of cap space to work with. Other than that, really, it's slim picking. Like you could pick up a guy for the minors. Um, yeah, I mean, really not a lot here. Dyson Mail's only seventh defenseman potential. Top six medium potential. Like there's really no one with potential to pick up. So I think for the time being, we will take Anton Strawman to play that third D pair. But if we run into a little bit of cap issues, then we'll look at someone else. So let's move on to Boston now. So the Boston Bruins, if we sort by potential, we have Jake DeBrusk available, 80 overall, 24 years old, medium top six, so he could grow a little bit in 2 years. On a decent deal, only 3.6 for 2 years. And he fits our second line, so he could be a nice little second line sniper for our team. We also have Jack Studnicka, 77-22, medium top six on his rookie deal still. We don't know where he could play, though, so that'd be a little bit of a gamble. We got Zachary Zenishin, not really looking to take him, 73-24 years old. Craig Smith, not bad, 3.1 for 3 years, two-way forward, fits penalty kill line. Eric Holla, about the same thing, a little bit cheaper though, and he's a playmaker. He fits that first line, power play, and penalty kill. So Eric Holla, not a bad little player we could pick up there. We got Jacob Saborell, again, 77-24, nothing crazy. And then we go into the people that are already over 26. So if we go by overall, Eric Hall and Craig Smith are the best overall. Matt Grzelcyk, 3.69 for 4 years. Offensive defenseman, fits pair 2 power play and penalty kill. So that's not bad as well. He's got decent numbers. His shot's a little weaker, but very good discipline. And 90 deking. Okay, interesting. Mike Riley, I don't think we'll go with Mike Riley unless, no, pair 3. So, I mean, Derek Forbert as well, but we already got that defensive defenseman for pair 3 and Anton Strawman. Let's take a look at their goalies real quick. Grosnick really is the only one there, so no goalies. I think, honestly, what we're going to do, I think we're going to roll with Eric Holla, 82 overall. He's 30 years old. He's only making 2.3 for 3 more years. He's a playmaker, fits line 1, power play, penalty kill. So even if we don't put him on the first line, still be a nice little power play player for us. Well, now I'm second guessing because Matt Grzelcyk, offensive defenseman, power play, penalty kill, a little bit higher of a deal than Eric Holla, but we'll put Matt Grzelcyk in. We'll pencil him in, and we'll keep going through. And if we need to change something out for Holla, we'll do that. So let's move on to Buffalo now. The Buffalo Sabres. So looking at overall right now, nothing higher than 79. We're definitely not going with Kyle Okposo. So we'll take a look at their goalies. They have Craig Anderson, 40 years old. They have Malcolm Subban, not a bad backup as well, 81. And Aaron Dell, he's 32, so he's a little older, makes a little bit less. We're not even going to look at Dustin Tokarski. So if we sort by potential for Buffalo, they do have Henry Jokiharju, who is a two-way defender. Fits top 4 and penalty kill, which is nice. And he's top 4 low, and he's only 22, so he definitely can grow. And that deal actually isn't too bad, 2.5 for 4 years, so not too bad there. Jankowski, he's 26. Tage Thompson, he's a 6'6" right-wing center. He is a power forward as well, but he doesn't fit. I guess our coach just doesn't like power forwards, which is unfortunate, because that's a good deal as well. I think in this situation, you just kind of got to take Henry Jokiharju. I mean, 79 overall, 22 years old, 2.5 for 4 more years. He can grow for a while, and he fits penalty kill and top 4 defense pairing. So, Henry Jokiharju, welcome to the team. We've only drafted defensemen so far, so this is going to be interesting. Let's move to Calgary now. Now, the Calgary Flames, and once again, we are presented with more defensemen. Chris Tanev, Oliver Shillington, Nikita Zadorov. Let's take a look at their goalies first before anything. We got Dan Vladar, 81, medium starter, 23 on a great deal. So that's a very good goalie to look at as a backup that could move into a starter position. Let's sort by potential real quick. There is Matthew Phillips, 75-23, low top 6. We're not going to look at him really. Oliver Shillington, however, he is medium top 4 now. He got increased in the roster updates. He is an offensive defenseman, and he fits top 4 power play, penalty kill. So Oliver Shillington is definitely one of those guys that is a very nice pickup if we do take him. You got Blake Coleman here, 82-29. He's making 4.9 for 7 years, but he is a very defensive forward, has a very good all-around game. Same with Michael Backlund, but he's making more, and he's older, so we're not going to look at Backlund. I don't think we're going to look at Coleman either. Chris Tanev, it's top 4 in penalty kill. He is a defensive defenseman. However, we have a lot of those already, but those defensive stats are nice. 89 awareness, 90 blocking, 90 stick checking. Very good stats. I think again we have to take another defenseman in Oliver Shillington. It's just too nice. He's got 2 more years under 1 mil. He's 81, 24, medium top 4 offensive defenseman, and he fits top 4 pairs, power play and penalty kills. So Oliver Shillington, welcome to Milwaukee. Now looking at our defense now, we got 2 defensive defensemen, 2 offensive defensemen, and a 2-way defenseman. We need another 2-way defenseman to fit that third pair with Strawman, or we take someone else from Arizona and move on from Strawman. But let's keep going on. We'll go to Carolina now. Now, when we hit Carolina, once again, we are flooded with defensemen. Jake Gardiner, Tony DeAngelo, Ethan Bear, and Ian Cole. Let's take a look quickly at their goalies. They have Antti Raanta available. Now, 84, 32 years old, only making 1.8 as an 84 overall. So that's definitely someone we have to look at there in Antti Raanta. Let's sort by potential now. We have Jesperi Kotkaniemi on a big deal, but low elite. He's only 20 years old, so there is time to grow for him. He fits line 1, and he is a playmaker. So that's definitely someone we want to look at there, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. I mean, how can you really pass on a 3rd overall pick, you know? So we also have Mateos 71-22. I think he's just a little too low overall at his age, and he has lower potential than Kotkaniemi. Nino Niederreiter, 5 mil, 83, 28 years old, is a sniper, fits top 6, so that's not bad. Then you look at the defenseman. We got Tony DeAngelo, offensive, fits pair 3, so he'd fit nicely with Strawman. However, I don't think we want to take a defenseman here. Unless Ethan Bear, 2-way defender, fits pair 3, so not bad as well. I think the right pick here is to draft our future first-line center, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. All right, moving on to Chicago. If we sort by potential, we got Kusharev, 78-21, low top 6, playmaker, fits line 2, not too bad. And then other than that, they really don't have any potential players. Let's look at their goalies real quick. They do have Lankinen. However, Lankinen's already 26, so he's probably going to be stuck at an 82 for the rest of his career. Keep looking here. We got Calvin DeHaan. He actually changed to a defensive defenseman. He used to be an offensive defenseman in the older games. Connor Murphy, also 81, 28 years old, so no growth there. Jujhar Khaira, 78, 26. He's one of those 4th-line centers you'd pick up. He does fit bottom 6, which is kind of nice. Has decent defensive stats, but only 3-star. Carpenter, Brett Connolly, Caleb Jones. Really no one here overly interesting. So we don't need another defenseman, especially not Connor Murphy, since he's extended for 4.4 for 4 more years. I think what we're going to do is take Kevin Lankinen, 82, 26. He's making under $1 million for 2 more years. He can be a solid backup goalie for us. So let's take Kevin Lankinen from the Blackhawks. Colorado Avalanche. So now looking at the overalls here, we got 2 defensemen right here, Devon Taves and Ryan Murray, both high overall. Ryan Murray only making $2 million for 2 more years. That's a very good deal. Let's sort by potential here real quick. So we got JT Compher, 82, 26, 3.5 for 3 more years. Fits line 2 and penalty kills a 2-way forward. So not a bad pickup. We got Valerian Nichushkin, 81, 26, 2-way forward. Fits line 1 and penalty kill. And then you're looking at these defensemen. So Devon Taves, 2-way defender, fits pair 3. I don't think we really want to play Devon Taves at pair 3. And then we look at Ryan Murray, 83, 2-way defender, fits pair 3 as well. So I'm not sure about those 2 defensemen. If nothing comes up, maybe we go for it. Shane Bowers here, 75, 21, medium top 9. So not a terrible pickup. And then in net, we have Pavel Francouz, 84, 31, $2 million for 2 more years. So I think we're going to take Francouz as our starter for now, pencil him in, and see what other goalies we come across. But we need some forwards. As you guys can see down there, we only have 1 center, no wingers, 5 defensemen, and 2 goalies. So we need some forwards. Let's see if Columbus can provide us with that. The Columbus Blue Jackets, and already off the rip, I can see Gustav Nyquist making 5.5 for 3 more years at 84 overall. Not a bad contract. Sniper fits line 2, unfortunately. We can't put him on line 1 with Kotkaniemi, but that's not a bad pickup as well. A nice little second-line sniper. We also have Jack Roslovic here, 82, 24, low top 6, making a good, like cheap amount of money. 2-way forward, fits line 2 and penalty kill, so not a bad little player as well there in Jack Roslovic. We sort by potential. No one crazy. We do have Gabriel Carlson, 76, 24, medium top 4 high, so that's actually not bad if we want to grow him quickly in the next 2 years. Other than that, Stenlin, medium top 9, low top 9. Let's take a look at the goalies real quick, and all they have is Berube. So I think we are probably going to go with Jack Roslovic here. Jack Roslovic, 82, 24 years old. He's still got a couple more years to grow. and he's making pretty cheap money, 1.8 mil for the next 2 years. He is a two-way forward, fits on our second line and our penalty kill. So, not a bad little player for second line minutes to get some points on the board, but also a pretty good penalty killer as well. He's got decent stats all around in the defense, and that will only grow. And a good shot, too, 87s all over. So, Jack Roslovic, welcome to Milwaukee. The Dallas Stars and John Klingberg, who recently just requested a trade from the Stars. 86 overall, only making 4 mil for 2 years. Offensive defenseman, fits all power play and penalty kill. So that is a big one there. Not a big cap hit and a great player for it. If we look at their goalies, they do have Hudobin, who's making 3.1 at 35. They have Holtby, who's making cheaper. And they have Ottinger starter low. So Ottinger might be a better pickup than Lankinen since he's got some space to grow still a little bit. So we're going to have to look at Ottinger, but how do you pass up John Klingberg, right? You sort by potential, they really don't have any potential players. So I think the safe play here is just to go with John Klingberg. All right, and now looking at our defensemen that we picked, we already have 3 offensive defensemen in Shillington, Grzelcyk, and John Klingberg. So I think what we're going to do is go back to Boston. And I think we're going to take Eric Alla over Matt Grzelcyk. We're saving a little bit of money there. He is a little bit older, but we already have 2 offensive defensemen. We want one more two-way defenseman. So our defensemen now, we have Josh Manson, Henry Jokiharju, Shillington, Klingberg, Stralman. And then on the forwards, we have Jack Roslovic on the right wing. And then we have Eric Alla and Jesperi Kotkaniemi down the middle. And in net, we have Kevin Lankinen and Pavel Francouz. So let's go to Detroit now. All right, Detroit. Off the top, I don't see crazy high overall players. Let's take a look at their goalies real quick. They do have Thomas Greiss. He's making a little more than I would want to take him for. Let's look at potential here real quick. There is Robbie Fabry, 82.25, 2.9 for 2 years. Pretty good deal. Is a sniper and fits line 2, so you could put him beside Eric Haula there on the second line. That would be not too bad. We also have Taro Hyros, 77.24, medium top 6 playmaker. Nemesnikov, 82.28, making only 2 mil. Not bad, top 6, and he is a playmaker. Adam Ernie is a power forward, and he does actually fit the penalty kill, but that's it. Other than that, Detroit doesn't have a heck of a lot, so I think the right play here is to take Robbie Fabry, 82 sniper, fits line 2, 2.95 for 2 more years, and he's still got a year of growth in him. So Robbie Fabry, welcome to Milwaukee. The Edmonton Oilers, and as you guys can see there, we have some more defensemen to look at. Let's look at their goalies real quick. Mikko Koskinen is available, 81.32, 4.5 mil. I don't think that's the route we're going to go. However, Stuart Skinner, 75.22. He's on his rookie deal. Not bad. However, in this game, he hasn't really grown for me to a point where he could be a starter. He's just been a decent backup every time I've picked him up. So I think we'll pass on Stuart Skinner. However, we have some defensemen to look at, but let's sort by potential here. So Brandon Perlini, 78.25. He is a sniper, fits line 2. Don't really need that. We have Robbie Fabry for that. So Tyler Benson, low top 6, 78.23, two-way forward, fits line 1. We're not going to play him line 1, that's for sure. Ryan McLeod, low top 6, 76.21, two-way forward. Then we have Evan Bouchard. He is an offensive defenseman, 81.21, medium top 4, and he fits on pair 3 and power play lines. So that's actually not bad there. You think about it. You give him third pair with Anton Stralman as a defensive defenseman with him, and then you play him on the power play as well. That could be some good growth for him. And he's also only 21 years old at 81 overall already. So if we go back and look at Calgary real quick, we look at Oliver Shillington. He's the same potential, medium top 4, 81 overall, same overall, but he's 2 years older. Now, however, he does fit top 4 defensive pairing, power play, and PK. But he is 3 years older, same overall, and same potential. So I think instead of having Shillington, I think it's more wise for us to go with Bouchard, who's 3 years younger, more time to grow. I think he actually has 1 more year left on his rookie deal more than Shillington. So Evan Bouchard, welcome to Milwaukee. Now let's go back to Calgary, and we're going to change it out here. We don't need Oliver Shillington. So what do we have to pick with here? We could take Chris Tanev, which would mean we'd have to get rid of another defensive defenseman. But Tanev only plays top 4. The defenseman I'd want to get rid of is Anton Stralman. So I don't think we're going to take Tanev, so it's really between, I would say, probably Backlund and Coleman. And now looking at it, obviously, I think the right pick there is Coleman. He's 3 years younger, making less. We look at Coleman here. He doesn't fit our scheme, which is very unfortunate. So we look at Backlund. Backlund does fit forward line 2 and penalty kill. However, I don't know if we really want him on the second line. Like, he's getting old, so he's already going to drop off a little bit. We don't need Zadorov. If we sort by potential here, really all to look at is Matthew Phillips. Maybe Glenn Gaudin. Glenn Gaudin could grow into something potentially. He's only 24. He's got top 9 high. And if we look at their goalies, they do have Dan Vladar, who also wouldn't be a bad pickup. But, actually, I think Dan Vladar might be a little bit better of a pick than Kevin Lankinen because he's 3 years younger. And he's still got 2 years on that rookie deal. So I think actually we're going to take Dan Vladar. And now we got to go back to Chicago. So yeah, looking at Kevin Lankinen in Chicago, he is one overall higher than Vladar, but he's already 26, which means he doesn't have a lot of time to grow left. So we're going to move on from Lankinen. And I think here in Chicago, I think we should just go with a prospect. Now, I'm kind of rattled that Brandon Hagel is a low bottom 6. That's kind of unfortunate. But I think here in Chicago, we just go with Kusharov. He's 78-21, low top 6. So still has the ability to grow quite a bit. So we're going to go with Kusharov from Chicago. All right, the Florida Panthers. Let's take a look at their goalies here real quick. All they have is Christopher Gibson, so no need for a goalie there. Let's sort by potential. We got Alexi Saborell, 77-24 medium top 6. So that's just kind of borderline. Will he grow really into a top 6 player? Probably not. Patrick Hornquist, he's a power forward that actually fits line 2 and penalty kill. So that's not bad, but he is 34 years old, making quite a bit of money. So we'll think about it. Olio Levy, low top 4, 79-23. Fits pair 2, so not bad. I am looking for a two-way defenseman for that second pair. Brandon Montour on a decent deal, 82. He's still only 27, fits pair 2. Other than that, Florida, not a lot to look for here. If we actually sort by overall, we can look at Nola Chari. Two-way forward, he fits line 1. Don't really want to play him on line 1. So what about Frankie Vetrano? Two-way forward, fits line 1 and penalty kill. So we're kind of in a little pickle with Florida. There's not a whole lot we can work with here, so let's move on from Florida. We'll come back to them, and we'll go to the Kings now. The Los Angeles Kings, we're going to take a quick look at their goalies. They have Jonathan Quick and Garrett Sparks, so no thank you there. Let's sort by potential. They have Andreas Athanasiou, 82-26 on a decent deal. Sniper, fits line 1, power play, and penalty kill, so that is crucial. That is a very nice player right there. He could play that first line with Kotkaniemi. He's got speed as well. He's very fast skater, 92 acceleration, 92 speed. So that'd be a nice little fast first line there. They also have Elias Anderson, low top 6, 76-22. Unfortunately, I don't want to take any metal throwers on my team. So other than that, potential-wise for defensemen, or not just defensemen, but any player, not a lot to look at, but I'm liking the looks of Athanasiou. He's 82-26, so he's not going to grow a whole lot more. But he's making 2.7 for 2 years, so even if he doesn't fit that first line, we could always put him down on a lower line, and he's not making a whole lot. Fits forward line 1, power play, and penalty kill. I think we're going to go with Athanasiou. So welcome to Milwaukee, Andreas Athanasiou. The Minnesota Wild. So let's sort by, actually, let's check the goalies here real quick. They do have Cam Talbot. He's making a little too much for his age. And then Hammond, we're not even going to look at. So let's sort by potential. They have Kalen Addison, 77, 21 years old. Medium top 4 offensive defenseman. Kalen Addison is definitely someone I want to look at that we could grow for a year or two in the minors. Other than that, potential-wise for the Minnesota Wild, there really isn't a whole lot. We got Rem Pitlick here, medium top 9, 78-24. First line. William Bitton, he's only 70 overall at 22. So let's sort by overall here. We got Goligoski making $5 million, pair 3, no thank you. Victor Rask actually is up to an 80 now. Usually he's sitting at around a 78, 79, but he's making $4 million and he has no room to grow. Dmitry Kulikov, no thank you. John Merrill, he's making really cheap money and he fits pair 3. So that might actually be someone we want to look at to replace Goligoski there. 6'3", 200 pounds. No shooting to him really, but he plays a good defensive game and he's pretty physical. and he's making under $1 million for 2 more years. So I think we're actually going to take John Merrill from the Wild. Now, after taking John Merrill from the Minnesota Wild, we no longer have a space for Anton Strawman and his $5.5 million salary. So, looking at the goalies in Arizona, they have Josef Koronar here, 75-23. He could grow into a decent backup goalie. Arizona really doesn't have a lot to choose from here, as you guys can see. So, I think we're going to take Koronar. He'll be our starter in the minors, and we'll see if we can get some growth out of him. The Montreal Canadiens, and as you guys can see there, Shea Weber is available. However, 35 years old. He's got 6 years left on his deal. Due to the fact that he's injured in real life and stuff, I'm just not going to take him. It's not worth the $7.5 mil cap hit. Looking at goalies, though, we have Jake Allen, 83 overall, 30 years old, making a good deal. However, Francouz is making less and 1 overall higher, so I'm not really going to look at Jake Allen. Montembeault, I think we'll pass on, and McNiven, no point in there. So let's sort by potential. We do have Ryan Poehling, 77-22, low top 6, two-way forward. So that's not a bad little pickup there. Also, Sami Niku, 77-24, medium top 4, two-way defenseman. He fits pair 2 as well, so we could grow him into a second pair defenseman. We also have Cale Clegg, 77-23, so he's 1 year younger than Sami Niku. He's medium top 4 as well, two-way, and he fits pair 3 in penalty kill. We also have David Savard, 3.275 for 5 more years at 82 is not bad. Defensive defenseman that fits all pairs and penalty kill, so not bad. Arturi Lehkonen, 79-25 years old, two-way forward. Jake Evans, 77-25. Let's sort by overall, and there's really not a whole lot here. So I was actually liking the looks of Cale Clegg. Sami Niku and Cale Clegg have the same deal. However, Cale Clegg is 1 year younger, so that means a little bit more growth. We'll go with Cale Clegg from the Montreal Canadiens. The Nashville Predators, and already I'm seeing here Mattias Ekholm, X Factor, 85 overall, still only 31, and making under $4 mil for 2 years. He is extended, though, for 6.25 for 4 years. He only fits pair 3, which means I don't want to really play him at pair 3 at 85 overall. So we might pass on him. Take a look at the goalies. They got Big Save Dave here, 81 overall, 28 years old. Decent little backup, but we already got goaltenders. Connor Ingram, 78-24. Like I said, we already got goalies. He doesn't have the time to grow into something more than a backup. So let's sort by potential in Nashville here. They have Alexandre Carrier, 78-24 offensive defenseman, fits power play line, so that's not a bad little defenseman. We have Janot here, 78-24. We have Trenin, 77-24. Luff, 77-24. So no prospects really to take from Nashville here. Nick Cousins, 80-27, only making 1.5. He is a playmaker, but he fits line 1, so don't need a first line center, that's for sure. Rocco Grimaldi here, sniper, fits line 2. Not a lot to look at here in Nashville, quite frankly. I think I'm going to take a little bit of time to think about who we're going to take from Nashville. So we're going to actually move on from Nashville, and we'll come back to them, and we'll go to New Jersey now. The New Jersey Devils, let's take a look at their goalies real quick. Jonathan Bernier, 83-32, making 4.1. We will pass on that. Let's sort by potential. We got Andreas Janssen, 82-26, medium top 6, two-way forward, but he fits bottom pair. 3.4 is not a bad deal for him. Sharon Govich here, 81-23, low top 6, so he's still got some time to grow. He's a two-way forward, and he fits line 2. However, we already have Jack Roslovic for that. Siegenthaler here, 77-24, medium top 4 defensive defenseman. Could grow into something. However, our defense is pretty stacked up right now, so I think we'll pass on that. Bastian here, medium top 9, 77-23, two-way forward. Maybe someone to look at. Frederick Gauthier, 26, no growth left in him. Greer is a little too low overall. So let's sort by overall here. Obviously, there's PK Subban. I don't want to take on that cap hit. That's just a little too high there. Andreas Janssen, not a bad little pickup for the bottom 6, maybe like a third liner. I'm really liking Sharagovich, though. 81-23, low top 6, only making 2 mil, so he can grow. I know we have Jack Roslovic for that, so I'm kind of on the fence about it, but he's got some offensive game to him as well, and he's decently physical. So Sharon Govich is definitely someone that I'm eyeing up. I just need to look at our lines and who we're working with here to see if he does slot in. So after looking at what we have available to slot in, who we've picked so far, We're really in need of a first-line right winger. Sharangovich is a second liner. We have right now, we have Roslovic for the second line. Eric Holla and Kotkaniemi are both supposed to play first line. So I don't know about that there. Robbie Fabry also is going to play second line. I mean, Sharangovich wouldn't be a bad center to put in between Roslovic and Robbie Fabry. So I think we might take Sharangovich here from the Devils. Now we're going to go back to Florida just because I haven't picked anyone from them there. We definitely don't want Patrick Hornquist. We have that second line of Fabry, Roslovic, and Sharangovich. Nola Chari, he's supposed to fit line 1, so nothing there for him. Frankie Vetrano, he's also supposed to fit line 1 as a two-way forward. So we're in a little bit of a pickle. Nothing we can overcome, though. Yolevi wouldn't be bad, even just for trade value, 79-23, low top 4. So we could play him in the minors, I guess. That wouldn't be a terrible decision. We could take Alexi Sarella. He is a two-way forward. He's got medium top 6, so we could grow in these 2 years. So I think we're actually going to take Alexi Sarella. So we're going to move on now to the New York Islanders. Take a look at their goalies. All they have is Corey Schneider. We will pass. Let's go by potential. Anders Lee, 84-30, $7 million for 6 more years. He is a power forward, and he fits top 6. So Anders Lee wouldn't be a terrible person to put beside Athanasiou and Kotkaniemi. However, his speed is a little low, only at 85. So someone to look at for sure. We got Kiefer Bellows here, medium top 9, 78-23, power forward. So that's also someone to look at. Michael Dal Cole, I don't think he'll really grow into anything. He's only got 1 more year of growth left. Koivula, I have actually never heard of this person before. Interesting. Otto Koivula, 76-22, medium top 9, power forward as well. Not a terrible pickup. We go by overall. There's Scott Mayfield. He's actually on a very good deal, 1.5 for 3 more years. Defensive defenseman that fits pair 3. However, we have John Merrill for that, so not really in need of another defenseman, obviously. Casey Cizikas, 2.5 mil for 7 more years, 80 overall, two-way forward. However, I don't know what he fits. I wouldn't mind having him on the bottom 6. Richard Panik, 79-30, not a bad deal, fits line 3, so that could be a good little two-way forward on the third line. However, his defensive game isn't crazy good. So in this situation, I think I'm honestly just going to take a gamble. I don't want to take Anders Lee because he's making $7 million and 84 overall. Not the best. I think we're going to take Casey Cizikas and kind of hope he fits on that bottom 6. 2.580 overall. We can have him locked up for the rest of his career. And he is very good defensively, 87 awareness. So we're going to take Casey Cizikas and just pray and hope that he actually fits that bottom 6. Moving on to the Rangers, let's check their goalies. They have Keith Kincaid. We do not need Keith Kincaid. And Huska, no thank you. So let's look at potential here. They got Libor Hayek, 77-23, medium top 4 defensive defenseman. Not a bad little guy to grow in the minors. We got Dryden Hunt, 77-25, no thank you. Now we got Sammy Blais, 1.5 for 2 more years, 80-25. He is a two-way forward, fits line 1 and penalty kill. His speed is slower than Anders Lee, so no point playing him on the first line, that's for sure. We have Gettinger, 73-23. We have Tyronning, 70-23. Now we got Barclay Goudreau here, 80-28. He's making 3.64, so a little high, but he is a good little grinder, and he fits bottom 6, which is perfect for us. He's got decent defensive, good physical, decent little shot on him too. So I think we're going to take Barclay Goudreau. It's a little bit higher of a contract than I want for a bottom 6 player, but he just fits the role perfectly, and we have some cap to work with here. So Barclay Goudreau, welcome to Milwaukee. Now going back to Nashville, I thought we picked Kalen Addison in Minnesota, but we actually took John Merrill. So I'm going to take Alexander Carrier, 78-24, so he has a couple more years of growth left. He is an offensive defenseman. Fits power play lines. So if we grow him down in the minors for a year, maybe 2, and then bring him up, he could be a solid offensive defenseman for us. So Alexander Carrier, welcome to Milwaukee. Let's go on to Ottawa now. The Ottawa Senators, looking at their goalies, they got Matt Murray. We will pass, and we will pass on Anton Forsberg as well. So let's sort by potential. We got Zach Sanford. He is top 6 high, but he's already 26 years old. He's a grinder, and he fits line 4. So 2 years, $2 million per year. Not bad. You could pair him up down there on the bottom 6 with hopefully Casey Cizikas. Not bad. Adam Gaudette, 79-24, only making $1 million. He's a two-way forward, fits line 1 and penalty kills. So penalty kills nice, line 1 not so much. We got Nick Paul, 80-26, low top 9. He's a power forward, and he fits top 6. He's only got 84 speed, though, so he is a little on the slow side. I really wouldn't want to put him with Kotkaniemi and Athanasiou. Tyler Ennis, 80-31, making under $1 million for 2 years. He is a sniper. He fits line 1, power play, penalty kill. So that's nice, but we have Athanasiou for the sniper spot in line 1. Nikita Zaitsev making way too much. I don't really want to take a look at him. So in this situation, it's a little tricky. I obviously would like Zach Sanford. I mean, $2 million isn't too bad. I like Tyler Ennis too because he fits power play, penalty kill. However, he is lower overall. I think we take Zach Sanford. Big 6'4", 207 pounds. Only making $2 million. Play him down on the bottom 6. So Zach Sanford's going to join Barclay Goudreau. And fingers crossed, Casey Cizikas for that bottom 6 on Milwaukee. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers, and we have a lot to work with here. Let's take a look at their goalies. Martin Jones and Sandstrom. We will pass on both of them. Let's sort by potential first. So we have Isaac Ratcliffe, 71-22. I don't think he's going to grow in time. He might hit like the high 70s by the time he's 26, so we'll pass on that. Now, Cam Atkinson. He's got an X factor, is a sniper, and he fits line 2. So instead of Robbie Fabry on that second line, we could rock with Cam Atkinson, which I would definitely prefer. I like Robbie Fabry, but when you get the opportunity to take Cam Atkinson, it's a whole different story. Now, Travis Sanheim, 83-25, making under $5 million. Two-way defenseman, fits pair 3 and penalty kill. So nice on the penalty kill for sure. Pair 3, though, that's a little low. Keith Yandel, 85. He's 34, but he's making under $1 million. Offensive defenseman that fits the power play. Now, this is a great defenseman if you're looking at someone to quarterback your power play. And at low risk, too. He's under $1 million for 2 years, so even if he drops off after the first year, he'll still be a little decent, and then we don't have to worry about him. So, Keith Yandel, definitely someone to look at. Justin Braun, 81-34. We're going to pass on that just because he's 34 and he's only 81, and he's making more than Yandel. There'd be no point to take Braun. As for the other players on Philadelphia, there's not a lot of potential to work with. If we go by overall, we have Derek Brassard, but he fits line 2. I'd want Derek Brassard for a bottom 6 role. So I think here we take the highest overall in Keith Yandel. I would love Cam Atkinson. However, we already have Robbie Fabry for that spot. Keith Yandel as an offensive defenseman that fits the power play lines. That's just, he's bread and butter right there on the power play. So Keith Yandel, we're going to bring you in. So we have 3 offensive defensemen to work with now. We only have 2 defensive and 1 two-way. I think we're going to just roll with the defensemen we have here now. We have 2 guys we can play down in the minors to grow. But I want to see who is the best fitting on our team and who's the worst fitting out of the offensive defensemen before we move anyone. So we got to take a look at Klingberg, Bouchard, and Yandel. See which one fits the best, see which one fits the worst, and then work from that after we finish the expansion draft. So let's just keep going with Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Penguins, let's take a look at their goalies here real quick. Tristan Jarry, 83-26, making under $4 million. Not bad, but we already have Pavel Francouz. So we're not going to take Jarry. Dominique, no, we'll pass on that. So let's sort by potential here. And they don't have any medium top 6 or medium top 4 defensemen to work with. All we have is medium top 9. So let's just sort by overall. We have Brian Rust, two-way forward, fits bottom 6. 3.5 for 2 years, not bad, but could be a great third liner for us. Jason Zucker making 2 more than Brian Rust. Same age, 1 overall lower. Is a sniper, fits top 6. So we already have Fabry and Athanasiou for that. However, we could move those guys and pick up Zucker if we were interested. Jeff Carter, 82. He's got a shot on him, that's for sure. Fits top 6 as well, but he's not a long-term player for us. So we'll pass on him. Dumoulin, making 4.1, defensive defenseman. Fits all pairs, which is kind of nice, but we're set with our defenseman. Evan Rodriguez, 80-27, making $1 million for 2 years, is a playmaker, fits forward line 1, power play, penalty kill. We don't want him on line 1. We already got Kotkaniemi for that. Matheson will pass on defenseman. So we're kind of down to slim pickings here. Let's take a look back at Brian Rust, 3.5 for 2 years, 84 overall, and he fits bottom 6. I think Brian Rust is one of those guys we want to go for. He's a great locker room kind of guy. He's a great grinder. He can put up some points, as you can see there, 42 points in 56 games. I think Brian Rust is going to join us in Milwaukee. Let's go to San Jose now. All right, San Jose, let's look at their goalies. They got Aiden Hill, 81-25. No, thank you. Let's take a look at overall real quick. We got Jonathan Dahlen, 78-23, low top 6 sniper. So not a bad little player. He's got some time to grow, so we'll keep looking at Jonathan Dahlen there. Brent Burns, 86, 36 years old, making 8 mil, offensive defenseman. We do not need another defenseman. Could take him for the trade value, but just not in the cards for us. We got Rudolph Balcers, 80-24, making 1.5 for 3 years. Sniper, forward line 1, not bad. Nick Merkley, 78-24. He's a two-way forward. Gregor there, 75-22. Nothing really jumps out to me. Benino, I mean, we already got Cizikas, and he fits line 1. We're not going to play Benino on line 1. So I think what we're going to do is take Jonathan Dahlen, 78-23. 2 years left on his rookie deal. And he's low top 6, so he still has time to grow, and he is a sniper. So, Jonathan Dahlen, welcome to Milwaukee. Let's go to St. Louis now. St. Louis Blues, as you can see there, David Perron, X Factor. That's nice. We'll take a look at him soon. Looking at the goalies, Husso, Lindgren, Hofer. Nothing really crazy there. No goalies we need. Let's sort by potential here first. We got Robert Thomas, 84-21, making 2.8 for 3 more years. Two-way forward, fits bottom 6, unfortunately. So, not a bad player. If we can't find anything, we can definitely jump on Robert Thomas there. We got Klim Kostin, 77-22, power forward, doesn't fit anywhere. David Perron, 86-33, two-way forward, fits line 1. So that might be a really nice pickup to throw on our first line and play him with Kotkaniemi and Athanasiou. He's got decent speed. He can play on that wing. And he's only making 4 mil for 2 years, so that's really not that bad. Take a look at Brandon Saad, 82-28, making a little more than Perron. Two-way forward, fits line 2. Our line 2 is already filled up, so we're good there. As for potential players, there's really not a whole lot to look at after that. So I think what we're going to do here is between Robert Thomas and David Perron. I would like to take Robert Thomas because he's 84-21, medium top 6. But he fits our bottom 6, so he's not going to get a whole lot of ice time there. However, David Perron, 86 overall, with a good shot on him, just a good all-around player. And you could play him on that first line with Kotkaniemi and Athanasiou. I think we're going to take David Perron. So the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we have another decision to make. Mikhail Sergachev, 85 overall, 22, making under 5 mil for 3 years, medium elite. Two-way defenseman, fits pair 2, so not bad at all. That's someone we definitely have to look at there. We look at the goalies, no one we really want there. Let's sort by potential real quick. Ray Boulay, he's 76-24, so not a whole lot of time to grow there. Brady Tkachuk, 75-23, same thing there. Cal Foot's not bad, 79-22. He's medium top 4, two-way defenseman, but he fits pair 2. And in that situation, would you want Cal Foot or would you want Mikhail Sergachev? We got Matthew Joseph down here, 80-24, medium top 9, two-way forward. He does not fit our team. So I'm going to take a look at our defenseman, and I think we're probably going to take Sergachev. All right, so looking at our defenseman, the ideal pairs here would be Manson and Klingberg on pair 1. I think we would have Sergachev and Yoki Haru on pair 2. And then probably Yandel Merrill. So Bouchard's kind of the odd one out. However, we need to go into the lines and actually see who fits where. So I think this is where we're going to sit as defenseman that we pick. If there is another blockbuster defenseman to pick up, we will take a look back at our defenseman and see if we can do anything about it. But as it sits right now, I think that is going to be our defenseman we roll with. And we will get into the lineups and see who's the odd man out there. So let's go into Toronto now. Well, as soon as I go into Toronto, I see Jake Muzzin, 85 overall, defensive defenseman, fits top 4. So if anyone I'd want to move out of our team to fit Jake Muzzin in, it would definitely be Josh Manson. However, let's take a look at their goalies here real quick. Peter Mrazek, 84-29. He is younger than Frank Hughes. He's making 3.6, so that's almost double what Frank Hughes is making. So we'll pass on any goalie here from the Leafs. Let's take a look at potential. Timothy Lilligren, 77-22, two-way defender. Not a bad little player there. That's really all they have for potential. So if we sort by overall again, TJ Brody, he fits pair 2. I think we'll pass on TJ Brody. Same with Justin Holl. There's no point in bringing in Justin Holl if you got Jake Muzzin available. Jason Spezza, he's already 38 years old, fits line 2. We don't need a second liner. Wayne Train, power forward, doesn't fit our team. So I think we have to take Jake Muzzin. Now, after taking Jake Muzzin from the Toronto Maple Leafs, we no longer have a spot for Josh Manson. Isaac Lundstrom's really the only other option we have in Anaheim. He's 79-21, medium top 6. He does fit our second line, so he could grow into a decent mid-80s second line center. So I think we're going to take Isaac Lundstrom instead of Josh Manson. Moving on to the Canucks, let's take a look at their goalies here. Yaroslav Halak, Michael DiPietro, no one crazy in net there. We sort by potential. Yulson, 77-24, no thank you. Other than that, they really don't have any potential players. So if we go by overall, we got Tanner Pearson here, 81-28, 3.2, not bad. Fits forward line 2, however, we don't need a second line two-way forward. Other than that, it's really slim pickings. I mean, you could go with Brandon Sutter here and play him on the bottom line, but he fits forward line 1, so we're going to pass on that one. Nick Patan, not terrible, but we're not going to play him second line. Justin Bailey, he's got a little bit of time to grow. He is a sniper. He could fit top 6, so not too bad. Other than that, though, not a lot to work with as for Vancouver. I think what we're going to do is just take the best potential player, which would be Noah Yulson. I know I don't really want him that much, but give him some time in the minors, see if he grows any. There's no one really on Vancouver that could slot into our NHL roster, so we'll take Yulson, and we need to take some wingers. We definitely need some wingers here, so let's take a look at Vegas. All right, so the Vegas Golden Knights. I just said we need to take some wingers. We got a few here. We got Riley Smith, 84-30, 4.5 mil. Fits top 6 and power play, so that's a nice little player we could pick up. Evgeny Dadonov, he's an overall lower, 2 years older. Same deal for 1 more year longer. And he fits forward line 1. So that might be a nice replacement over Athanasiou, who is fast, but Dadonov is quite a better player. We also, down here, we have Nicholas Roy, 80-24, medium top 9, two-way forward, fits line 2. So maybe we'll pass on him. Look at goalies. They really don't have anyone. Brossoit's not too bad, but we got our goalies already. Sort by potential here. We have Nicholas Hague, 81-22, medium top 4. Don't know where he fits, though. Coughlin as well. Same thing as Hague, but he's 3 overall lower and a year older. So I think what we might do here is either Riley Smith, who fits top 6. So that doesn't necessarily mean first line. We also got Dadonov, who's an overall lower, same amount of money, but he does fit forward line 1. We look at Riley Smith's shot, it's 88 overall. I think the right play here, Riley Smith's 88 speed, Dadonov's 89 speed. So I think actually the right play here is to take Evgeny Dadonov. Moving on now to the Washington Capitals, our second last team to pick from. Let's take a look at their goalies. They got Vanacek, who's not a bad little pickup. He's making under a mil at 83 overall. Phoenix Copley, not a bad backup as well. Let's take a look at potential here. They got Lucas Johansson, 74-23, medium top 4. Not too bad. Let's go by overall again. Dmitry Orlov, not bad, but 5.1 at 83. We have better than that. Lars Eller, not a terrible pickup as well. Fits line 2 and penalty kill. I like the penalty kill aspect. Don't like line 2, however. His face-offs are very nice. So, Garnet Hathaway, grinder, fits forward line 3 perfectly. So, Garnet Hathaway might not be bad to play on that line 3 as a defensive forward. 83 awareness, 84 shot blocking. Not terrible. Connor Sherry making the same deal as Hathaway here. Two-way forward, fits line 2. So we don't need Sherry. It's really down between Connor Sherry and Lars Eller. Now, Connor Sherry is making $2 million less. Lars Eller is 2 overall better. Lars Eller fits line 2. There's no saying that he'll fit line 3 or 4. I think we're going to take Garnet Hathaway, actually. I was saying Sherry, but I meant Garnet Hathaway. Forward line 3. He's making $2 million less, and he's 3 years younger, and he can fit that third line. So we're going to take Garnet Hathaway. Now we're on to our last pick, the Winnipeg Jets. Let's take a look here. Oh my, Pierre-Luc Dubois, 85 overall, 22 years old, making under $5 million. He's a power forward that fits line 2. So if that's the case, we would have to take someone out of line 2. That is a pick that we really don't want to pass up on. Looking at their goalies, nothing spectacular. Looking at potential, you're not going to take Svechnikov in this situation. So let's take Dubois for sure. Now we got to go back to our line 2. All right, so our second line, what we want it to be is Roslovic, Haula, and Robbie Fabry. We're going to slot Pierre-Luc Dubois, obviously, in that center position, which means that Eric Haula is the one that's the odd man out here. So let's go back to Boston. We're going to take a look at Boston here. Craig Smith fits line 2. Don't need that. Jake DeBrusk also fits line 2. 80-24 medium, top 6. They don't really have a goalie that we want. Take a look by potential again. Jack Studnicka, 77-22. I think we're going to take Jack Studnicka and grow him in the minors. So there you have it, folks. Let's finish the expansion draft. And here is our team. This is the new Milwaukee Pioneers. So looking at the draft interviews, there is no franchise potential prospects to be picked in this draft. So in this episode, we're going to get through the entry draft. We're going to get through the offseason. We're going to get into editing our lines and take a look at what we got to work with. So let's get to the draft here. So I made a mistake at the start of this episode, and I said we didn't have a first round pick. We do. It's actually 5th overall. However, there are no franchise players to be drafted, so we're just going to sim up to pick number 5. First overall is that Zhao guy, 70 overall medium elite. Norton, 70 overall medium elite. Looks like all these guys are going to be pretty low overall. Let's make our pick at number 5. We do have a guaranteed medium elite guy. He was supposed to go 3rd, so he dropped actually quite a bit. Igor Chubarov. 2 years for NHL ETA, cycle hold line. I don't know what our coach is yet. He's got to get shot on him. Skating's not great, but I think we got to take him just because he's the guaranteed medium elite. We're going to take a look and see if we have any gems real quick. We don't. We only have 2 busts. Do we have any guaranteed potential guys? There's 2 guys with 25% chance high elite, so we might take a gamble on one of them. Chubarov's the only guaranteed medium elite. Take a look at low elites here. We have no guaranteed low elites, so we're going to take Chubarov and see what he turns out to be here. So Chubarov, medium elite, 67 overall, 2-way defenseman. Not a bad guy to grow down in the minors there for the Milwaukee Pioneers. Let's go to pick number 36 overall. We're going to sort by potential here as well. There's only the one high elite guy. Only 25% chances on medium elites. So nothing crazy there. And no one really guaranteed. So I think I'm just going to make this pick blindly. And we're just going to sim through the draft because there's no one crazy here that we can pick up, really. So let's take a chance on a 50% chance low elite. We're going to take Elias Newberry. He's 50% chance sniper, 50% chance low elite. So Elias Newberry, he is a low top 6 playmaker. So not actually too bad. I mean, he's 50 overall. So he's going to have to grow quite a bit. But we're just going to get out of the draft here. There's no point in going through it. There's no one really that's going to stand out. So welcome to all the new Pioneers there. Let's get into the re-sign now. Now, I turn contract year on, so there's no one to re-sign except for Saborell, who does want to re-sign. We could probably afford that. We have 17 mil in cap space. However, I think I'm just going to qualify it because there's no need to pay him more than 1 mil when he's going to be playing in our minors. So let's just advance to free agency now. So going into free agency, the best player is Carl Soderberg, 79 overall. So we're obviously not going to make any pickups in free agency. We're just going to sim to the start of the season. We're going to edit our lineups and see what we got to work with here. So I'll see you guys at the start of this preseason. And as you guys can see here, Alexi Sorella accepted our qualifying offer, so he'll be playing in the minors for us, which is awesome. All right, guys, so I'm going to go through and edit the lines now. I did call up Lundestrom just to see if he does fit our team. He's really the only other fringe player that could potentially be on our team. So I'm going to quickly edit the lineups and get the best chemistry here, and then I will come back and show you guys with what I got. All right, guys, so I got our lineup for the NHL. So let me hide my camera here. So first line is going to be David Perron, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Evgeny Dadonov. That gets us a +2 on the first line. Second line is going to be Robbie Fabry, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Sharon Govich. That gets us a +2. Third line is going to be Brian Rust, Isaac Lundestrom, and Jack Roslovic. And fourth line is going to be Barclay Goudreau, Garnett Hathaway, and Zach Sanford. On defense, we're going to have Jake Muzzin and Evan Bouchard. On the second pair is going to be Sergachev and Klingberg. And third pair is going to be Henry Yoki Hairu and John Merrill. Now, the unfortunate thing about Klingberg is he really doesn't fit our team at all. And it's the same thing with Keith Yandle too. Keith Yandle has the exact same scheme fit as John Klingberg. So it looks like Yandel's going to be on the move just because he's older and lower overall than Klingberg. I do want to keep Klingberg around though. He is 86 overall, so you really don't want to get rid of that if you don't have to. On the power play, we have a +2 first unit of Perron, Kotkaniemi, Dadonov, Klingberg, Bouchard. It was hard to find players that actually did fit the power play scheme. As you can see here, I have a lot of the yellow lines on our power plays, but hard to avoid that. On our penalty kill, we have a +2 and +1, Roslovic, Goudreau, and then Klingberg, Yoki Haru. And Lundestrom, Perron, Sergachev, and Muzzin. The unfortunate part about our penalty kill is that our defensive defensemen like Jake Muzzin and John Merrill, they actually don't fit the strategy. So kind of unfortunate there. However, we still do get +2s out of it. And then, of course, in net, we have Pavel Francouz and Dan Vladar. So chemistry was kind of a pain in the butt in the minors. I didn't really focus on it too much. However, we have Dahlin, Kurashev, and Saborell on the first line, and then Studnicka is there on the second line. On defense, we have Cale Clegg and Ulison on the first pair and Carrier on the second pair. And then in net, we also have Coronar starting. So he doesn't have a good backup behind him, which should mean he gets a lot of games played. So hopefully Coronar grows. He's 23.75 with medium backup. So if he doesn't grow, not the end of the world. But like I said, it's hard to get some good chemistry down here when you don't really have the players. All these players are pretty much... they're generated by the game and they're just signed on. They're all pretty much AHL other forwards and stuff like that. So we could go in free agency, nab a few players to play in our minors for a year, and I'll look into that. But that's what our minor league lineup is looking like right now. And now looking at our captaincies, we have not named a captain yet. We will go a little bit in, and I will take your guys' suggestions for a captain. But for our alternates, we have David Perron as an alternate. We have John Klingberg as an alternate, and we also have Jake Muzzin as an alternate. So as we get rolling through the games here and get rolling through the season, I will take your guys' suggestions in the comments down below who should be our captain. And that is going to do it for episode 1 of our Milwaukee Pioneers expansion franchise mode video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below and also leave a comment with any suggestions you have towards this team. And if you're not already doing so, make sure you hit that subscribe button as I post hockey videos all the time, so stay tuned for that. I thank you guys all for watching and take care.